The following is a presentation of Payoff Pitch Baseball. Happy Monday to all you guys out there. Hello, everyone. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to Oriole Park at Camden Yards for tonight's game between the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles. Now, why is this game important? Well, how about I show you the standings here so far? As you can take a look at the American League, the Baltimore Orioles are 9 games behind the New York Yankees. Okay, but that's not that. So pretty much Baltimore is pretty much a lock to make the 1994 postseason. But look at the Rangers. The Rangers now trail the Oakland Athletics in the division. Dave Little's first. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You know what? First beer's on me, Dave Little. Welcome to the ballpark at Oriole Park. Grab a seat. Get your beer. It's on me and, of course, your chips. And Oakland is now 1 game ahead of Texas. So at the start of this restart, the Rangers had the lead. Now Oakland's taking it from them. So Oakland now leads by a game in the American League West. And the Angels are now in this. They're only 3 back of Texas for that number 2 playoff spot in that division. So as you know, these games are getting more and more important as we go down, as we get closer to the end of the pennant race. And of course, we just done it here. We just got to the pennant race to start the month. So who knows what's going to happen tonight? Yep, this is Oriole Park at Camden Yards, a big game between the Rangers and the Orioles. Excited to do it here. We got a big week scheduled for baseball action in the 1994 pennant race. So let's take a look at let's get to baseball. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. For the Texas Rangers, it'll be David Hulse batting first. Chris James will bat second. Will Clark will bat third. Juan Gonzalez will bat fourth. Jose Canseco will bat fifth. Dean Palmer bats sixth. Ivan Rodriguez, a.k.a. Pudge, will bat seventh. Doug Strange will bat eighth. And Manuel Lee will bat ninth. Defensively for the Orioles, we've got Rafael Palmeiro at first base. Mark McLemore is at second. Chris Sabo at third. Iron Man Cal Ripken at short. In left field is Brady Anderson. Center field, Mike Devereaux. In right field is Jeffrey Hammonds. Chris Hoyles behind the plate. And on the mound for the Baltimore Orioles tonight will be Arthur Rhodes. Not one of their better pitchers. Only had about 10 starts in 1994, but he gets the call tonight. 3 wins, 5 losses, a 5.81 ERA. Averages about 8 strikeouts per 9, but he also averages about 5 walks and a homer and a half. And at Oriole Park at Camden Yards, I don't doubt that. Oriole Park is definitely a hitter's park. 1-70 right-handed batter, 1-73 left-handed batter for Wheelhouse. This ball is definitely going to travel out of here. And Steeler fan joins us tonight. Make sure you get Dave Little actually got here before you did, Steeler fan. So he has to serve you tonight. How about that? So Dave Little, make sure you get Steeler fan a good drink and some chips and some nachos and enjoy some good baseball action. Here we go. Big game at Oriole Park, top of the first inning. As we begin payoff pitch baseball. And leading off for Texas will be David Hulse. Batted 200 with no homers against the lefties in 94. Here we go. Game is underway. Let's play ball. It starts with a tough. And it starts with an 84. And that's a ground ball to second base. That's going to be picked up by McLemore. He gets it. He throws to first. And that is 1 out. On a quick ground ball to second. And the next batter for the Rangers will be Chris James. James batted .349 with 5 homers against lefties in 94. So he got the call in this game against Arthur Rhodes. For those of you who are wondering what these lineups are, these are lineups that were actually played during that season earlier. Of course, we can't use as played lineups for games that were never played. So I go ahead and we go ahead. Hey, no problem. Beer's on me. So I had to choose lineups, and I basically decided to utilize the lineups for past games. That's why some players that were on the teams earlier, like Deion Sanders on Atlanta, and now he's on Cincinnati, were shown. So that's why now when I post my schedule in Payoff Pitch Gamers Network, I do say lineup subject to change. Here's Chris James. get back to some baseball instead of talk. We have a patient. It's a 98, and that is a fly ball to left. And that's going to be picked up by Anderson, and he will make the catch there for the second out. 2 down, and that will bring up Will the Thrill. Batted .314 with 1 homer against lefties in 94. He was 30 years old here and is still a very potent hitter. Definitely. Here's the pitch to Will Clark, and that is going to be a 9. That's a patient. A 68, and that is a ground ball to short. That's picked up by Ripken. He throws to first, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Arthur Rhodes. So nothing there for the Rangers. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Baltimore Orioles. We have Brady Anderson batting first, Mike Devereaux batting second, Rafael Palmeiro will be batting third, Harold Baines, the designated hitter, batting fourth, Cal Ripken batting fifth, Chris Hoyles batting sixth, Chris Sabo batting seventh, Mark McLemore batting eighth, and Jeffrey Hammonds batting ninth. Welcome, Bears Den. Got your seat here at Oriole Park. We're just about to go to the bottom of the first inning. No score. Defensively for Texas, we have Will Clark at first. Doug Strange is at second base. Dean Palmer at third. The shortstop is Manuel Lee. In left field is Wangan. The center fielder is Hulse. Right fielder is James. Behind the plate is Pudge. And on the mound for the Texas Rangers will be Rick Helling. Another, again, not one of the better pitchers they had that year, but he gets to start tonight. 3 wins, 2 losses, 5.88 ERA. Only about 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, but he gave up about 2.5 homers per 9. So this is going to be, I have a funny feeling we're going to see some high scoring in this one between these two. But this game is very important. So, especially for the Rangers, as they're now chasing Oakland. They're on 1 game back of Oakland in the American League West. Remember, it's important to win the division. You avoid that wild card series of 3 teams. So let's see. Leading off for the Baltimore Orioles will be Brady Anderson. And Helling is a right-hander. Anderson batted .268 with 11 homers against the righties. And it starts off with a ballpark 32. And, of course, that is a wheelhouse. And Brady Anderson on a 27, and that's going to be a leadoff double for Anderson as he smacks that one into left field. That's going to bounce off the wall. He didn't get all of that one, just missed it, but close enough. As Brady Anderson leads off with a double. That's one way to start the game off for the Orioles. They are the better team. There's no doubt about it. Baltimore comes into this game 75-58. Texas 60-76. Payoff pitch record. I am 0-1 with the Rangers and 2-1 with the Orioles. That's the payoff pitch record. The record where the games that play, what the teams played. So Anderson starts with a leadoff double. That'll bring up Devereaux. Devereaux batted .191 with 7 homers against the righties. Rick Helling's going to have a tough time with this ballpark. 9-10 ballpark and wheelhouse at a 4. As I said, this is going to be a tough game. So let's see what happens. Here's the pitch. That is a 5. That's a tough. That's an 18. And he struck him out. One away. Big strikeout for Helling. Anderson, of course, stays at second. And here is Rafael Palmeiro. Should be in the Hall of Fame, but due to PEDs, he is not. Batted .302 with 13 homers against the righties in 94. Texas needs a big win today, and we'll see how the 10-minute ticker goes for the rest of the league in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch to Palmeiro. That is a patient 0-9, and that is a definite walk. As Rick Helling sends Palmeiro to first base on a base on balls. So now runners at first and second for Harold Baines. He's in the Hall of Fame, still trying to figure out why. Batting .316, 15 homers against the righties in 94. He was having a good year that year. But is Harold Baines a Hall of Famer? No. Here's first runners at first and second. Here's the pitch from Helling. And that is an in-play 54, and that is a fly ball to left. Coming under it is going to be Gonzalez. He will get there. And that is the second out. So Harold Baines is out. And that brings up a guy that definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame, and that is Cal Ripken. Of course, he already is. Ripken had a good year going on in 94. He was on his way to maybe getting a top 10 in batting. Batted .305 with 11 homers against right-handers. Cal Ripken, at 34 years old, was still pounding them in that year, too. This Orioles team was very good. It's not like the Orioles team that it is now. It's a much different team back then. Runners first and second, 2 outs. Rick Helling, can he get out of the jam? And that is going to be a ballpark, and that is definitely going to be a wheelhouse. But a 72 is not going to do it. That's going to be a ground ball to second. That's picked up by Doug Strange. He'll take it himself, tag second base, and Rick Helling gets out of the inning on a ground out to second. How about that? So no runs, 2 hits for Baltimore as they strand a couple of runners. Sometimes even though it's thrown into the wheelhouse, it doesn't always mean it's going to be hit for a home run, as the dice sometimes will fool you. But every time a ballpark comes up, you can pretty much expect wheelhouse because, as I said, Oriole Park is 1-70 righties and 1-73 lefties wheelhouse. So there's going to be some balls flying out pretty much, I think. No score. Top of the second inning coming up. And who leads off? That would be Juan Gonzalez for the Rangers. One gone, 298, 5 homers against the lefties in 94. Got a big game here today. Here we go. The pitch to Gonzalez, that's an 11. That is a defense, 41. And that's going to be a range check to Rhodes. Rhodes has a fielding of F. That's a 41, and that is going to be a definite base hit as Juan Gonzalez sends this one right up the middle. And that is going to be a single, and Gonzalez will hold it first. Definite base hit. Nice hit by Gonzalez. His steal rating's a 4C. He will not run. And that will bring up the designated hitter, Jose Canseco. Jose Canseco. Oh, well, whatever. He had 293 and 7 homers against the lefties. Gonzalez on it first. And here is the pitch to Jose. And that's going to be a 9. That's a patient, a 76. And that's going to be a base hit for Jose Canseco. He gets the single. It's a line drive into center field. Gonzalez will advance to second, and he will hold there. And now Texas has got something going on here on the top of the second. 2 straight base hits. And now we will see Dean Palmer, batted .276 with 4 homers against the lefties. Arthur Rhodes needs to settle down a little bit. 2 big base runners on there. Let's see if the Rangers can take advantage of it. Here comes the pitch. That is a ballpark 87. That's going to be an in play. And a 15 is going to be a base hit for Dean Palmer. He gets a single. 3rd straight hit. That is a soft blooper into short right field. Coming around to score is Gonzalez. Canseco will hold it first. And the Rangers jump out in front 1-0. 3rd straight hit given up by Arthur Rhodes. In a game that pretty much every game the Rangers play right now, they need. And that's a big 1-0 jump on the O's. And the next batter will be Pudge, Ivan Rodriguez. Batted .300 with 4 homers against lefties in 94. Nobody out still. And Texas really dealing. Let's see what Rhodes sends him this time. That's going to be a wheelhouse 25 crack. And that one is hit deep to center field. Very deep to center field. Going back for it is Mike Devereaux. Going back for it. Not a chance. That one is gone. Home run, Ivan Rodriguez. Just like that, Texas jumps out 4-0. A 3-1 blast by Rodriguez. And something tells me we're going to have a high-scoring game here. That is a 3-run jack by Pudge as he sends that one over the wall. But the fans here in Baltimore know in this place that happens a lot. Still nobody out. Top of the second, 4-0 Rangers. And now we will see Doug Strange batting for Texas. He batted .065 with no homers against lefties. He only had 31 at-bats against left-handed pitchers in 94. Still nobody out. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a tough 20, and that is a strikeout. One away. And Rhodes needed that to try to calm his nerves down a bit. And now we'll see Manuel Lee against lefties, 296, no homers. Arthur Rhodes settling down, trying to settle down a little bit. Chris Hoyles talks to him, then gets back behind the plate. Here's the pitch. That's an 8. That's a tough, an 83. And that is a fly ball center field. Coming under that one will be Devereaux. He will get there for the second out. 83. And that is a fly ball center field. Coming under that one will be Devereaux. He will get there for the second out. Top of the batting order, and now David Hulse. Hulse grounded out his last time out. He's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch, and that is going to be a ballpark 05. We already know that's a wheelhouse, and it's going to be an 08, and David Hulse is going to smack a double into right center field. That's going to bounce off the wall. Coming to pick that up is going to be Hammonds. He will throw that in, but David Hulse is going to slide into second with another base hit, with his first double of the game, and another hit. That's the 5th hit in this inning. And Baltimore does not want to bring in their bullpen just yet. They're hoping Rhodes can settle down a little bit. And the next batter is James. James flew out his last time up. Lots of wheelhouse, lots of ballpark. And sometimes, and the thing about it is, you take a look at how many home runs are given up in certain stadiums. Oriole Park is a real launching pad. Here's the pitch to James, and that's going to be a tough. That's a 41, and that is a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the inning finally comes to an end. Texas gets 4 runs on 5 hits, and 1 man left on. But we know Baltimore can score runs as we go to the bottom half of inning number 2. And now it's Rick Helling's turn to deal with the Camden Yards Stadium. Leading off for the O's will be Chris Hoyles against righties, 234, 11 home runs. Rick Helling sets and deals, and that is a 7. That's a patient 67, and he will walk Hoyles. That is ball 4. Hoyles' steal rating is a 3A. He will not run on a 7. And the batter next will be Chris Sabo against the righties, 247, 7 home runs in 94. Hoyles will not run. He had 2 stolen bases, but he's not stealing here. You're down by 4 runs. So you're not running. You're not stealing bases. Here's the pitch to Sabo, and that's going to be a patient as well, 31. That is going to be a belted into the outfield. A 31 is going to be a single for Chris Sabo on a patient. He hits it. That's a sharp liner into center field. Hoyles will have to hold it second. And just like Arthur Rhodes, Rick Helling has some troubles here in the bottom of the second inning. Runners at first and second, nobody out. And that will bring up Mark McLemore against righties, 273, average, 3 homers. And now going out to talk to him is Pudge and say, hey, look, you know what? We just got 4 runs, Don't give any runs back here. We got to keep the momentum. And Pudge goes back behind the plate. And now let's see what Helling deals here. And that is a 6. That is an in-play 58, and that is a ground ball to second. McLemore's double play rating is a 6. Helling's is a 9, and they're going to turn to second, to short, to first. Double play. Hoyles will go to third. Helling gets the pitcher's best friend. A 4.63. Hoyles will hold at third base, and the batter now is Jeffrey Hammonds. 94 right-handers, 316, 6 home runs. 2 outs. Rick Helling would like to see if he can get out of this. Jeffrey Hammonds is definitely can hit. 2 outs, though. Infield back normal. Here's the pitch to Hammonds. That's going to be a 7. That's a patient 31. And Jeffrey Hammonds is going to belt this one clean down the left field line. That's going to roll all the way into the, well, actually, my bad, it's a 31. It is a triple, but a 31 on Rick Helling's card is a wild pitch. Wild pitch by Rick Helling that will score Hoyles. And you still take, and then you'd still do the triple. Because I actually had to ask Joe Bryan on the rule of wild pitches. A wild pitch is not supposed to take away the hit from the batter. Okay, the original roll is used. I have made a couple of mistakes with that early when I was doing payoff pitch with the Cardinal series against the Yankees. So it is a wild pitch. The run does score automatically. Now you'd still take the roll, and it's on patient, and a 31 is a triple for Hammonds. So he still goes to third base. So he doesn't get an RBI, but Rick Helling gets called for a wild pitch, and that is how the rule works in payoff pitch baseball for wild pitches. I actually had to ask on that because I was not sure, but it is a triple for Hammonds, and it's now 4-1. So that's how you do wild pitches in this game. The strikeout thing here, okay, is done a little differently. Only a few pitchers have that. Still 2 outs. Hammond's on at third, and now here's Brady Anderson. Thought I'd clarify the rule for anybody here who's wondering about maybe getting a copy of Payoff Pitch in the future. Great baseball game, guys. You can't go wrong with it. Great pricing, top card quality, and an excellent system. And Tribe Fan joins us. There you go. How you doing there, Tribe Fan? Welcome to Oriole Park. And let's see, Bears Den, why don't you go ahead and get Tribe Fan a drink? Here's the pitch to Anderson. Anderson doubled this last time up. That is a 9. That's a ballpark, but that's going to be in play. And it's a 49, and it's going to be a ground ball to third. That's picked up by Palmer. He will throw to first, and the inning is over. So I thought I'd clarify the rules for you on the wild pitches because I didn't know, and I definitely did it wrong. But we didn't do it wrong this time. We got it right. Even though the run scored anyway, it wouldn't have mattered. Anyway, the Orioles get 1 run on 2 hits. No one left on. So actually, Rick Helling actually got out the jam, so that talk from Pudge must have done the job. At the end of 2, it's still 4-1 Rangers. We go to the top of the third. Arthur Rhodes hopefully have a better inning this time. Leading off for the Rangers will be Will the Thrill. Grounded out his last time up. What's the local Baltimore brew? I don't know. Dave Little says he loves Oriole Park. Maybe he knows. Here's the pitch to Will. And that is a 6. That's a tough 44. And Will Clark is going to belt himself a base hit. He sends that one to left center field. That's going to bounce off the wall. Will Clark is going to have a leadoff double. And the hits just keep on coming today. Will Clark will hold at second base on a leadoff double off of Arthur Rhodes. What about IPA? Yeah, maybe you're right there on that, Tribe fan. Maybe you are. Will Clark on at second. Here's one gone. He singled his last time up. He's 1 for 1. Baltimore bullpen working on. Arthur Rhodes' fatigue inning was a 6. He might not make it. Here's the pitch. It's a 7. It's a tough 31. Struck him out. 1 away. As he gets one gone on a high fastball. Now the batter is Canseco. 1 man out. Clark on at second. Pitch from Rhodes, 9. That's a patient 59, and he walked him. Canseco will take a walk to first base. He is on base for the second straight time as he singled his last time up. And now the batter is Palmer. Palmer singled his up last time as well. Runners at first and second, still 1 out. Here's the pitch. And that is a 6. That's a tough 48. Struck him out. 2 down. Arthur Rhodes gets another big strikeout on Palmer. And now the batter is Pudge. Runners at first and second. 2 outs now. Can Rhodes get out of this inning without giving up another run for the Orioles? Pudge hit a home run his last time up. He blasted a 3-run jack. Could he hit another one here? It's a 10. It's a patient 44, and he will walk him on 4 straight pitches. Ball 1, ball 2, ball 3, ball 4, and the bases are juiced. And now it's going to be up to Strange, and that's Doug Strange, not Dr. Strange, people. Doug Strange, he got K'd his last time up. A big chance for Texas to really open this game up. In a game the Rangers really need as they trail Oakland by 1 in the American League West. Orioles are pretty much, they're 9 games behind the Yankees, the American League East. They will not catch the Yankees. But Baltimore right now is still looking to see if they're going to get a home field for the wild card series. 2 outs, bases loaded. Here's the pitch to Strange. That's a 10. It's a patient 56. And it's a ground ball to second. That's going to be picked up by McLemore. He throws to Ripken covering, and Arthur Rhodes gets out of the jam. No runs on 1 hit for Texas. Timeout. Still 4-1 Rangers. Welcome, Lucas McCain. How you doing there tonight, my good man? Welcome to Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Big game between Texas and Baltimore tonight. Sit down, make sure you have yourself a nice brew or a nice soda, whatever your pleasure is. Doesn't have to be alcoholic beverages, everyone. Sometimes I might have kids joining me to see what's going on. Bottom of the third, Texas leads Baltimore 4-1 as Arthur Rhodes gets out of a huge jam. Devereaux will lead off for Baltimore, and he struck out his last time up. Here's the pitch from Helling. Helling deals in a defense. That's a 71. That's a range check to first base of Clark. He's got very good range. His range is a B. He will make a great play. He will make a great play, and he will throw to Rick Helling covering the bag. 1 out. On a ground out to first. And now Palmeiro. Palmeiro singled his last time up. 1 out. Pitch from Helling. That's a 9. That's a ballpark. We already know that's wheelhouse. So here's the pitch to Palmeiro, and it's a 97. Wow. Pow. That's a fly ball to right, but it is not deep enough. Coming under it is Chris James. He will get there. 2 down. Rick Helling throws a bad pitch that Oriole Park just did not take it all the way out of there. And that is the second out. A fly ball to right. And now the batter is Harold Baines, who flew out his last time up. Here's the pitch. And that is an 11. That's another defense, a 20. That could be trouble. That's an error check on Rick Helling, the pitcher. His rating is his error rating is a 3. He's not going to make that play. That's going to be an error on Helling. Harold Baines should reach first base, and he does. It's a 1-base error. So Rick Helling can't make the play. He hit him with his glove. He turned around looking for it. By the time he finally found the ball, Baines was already at first base. That is an E1. An error gets marked for Texas. Baines on it first. Steal rating D, not running. And the batter is now Iron Man. What did he do? He grounded out his last time up. Here's the pitch to Ripken. That's gonna be a wheelhouse, 29, and that's gonna be a double for Cal Ripken. That is a good hit all the way off the wall in right field. With a run rating of 6, a double, Harold Baines will score. Cal Ripken will hold at second. So Ripken helps his team out. And it is now 4-2. So the error definitely hurts. Rick Helling, of course, committed the error, but it still goes. I forget, though, if a pitcher commits the error, is it still an earned run? I've got to remember that. I always got to check that. I should know my baseball. And now I'm confused. If the pitcher makes the error, is the run earned? Cal Ripken is on second with 2 outs now. The batter is Hoyles. He walked his last time up. 4-2 now. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 10. That is another ballpark. That is another wheelhouse. Boy, Oriole Park send them. Wheelhouse 15. And that is a crack. And that one is hit high. That one is hit deep. And that is going over the center field fence. This one is tied. Home run, Chris Hoyles. How big is that error now by Rick Helling? He makes if he gets it, the inning is over. But the error goes ahead and allows a couple of key base hits, a double by Ripken and a home run by Hoyles. And we got a tie game. Tied at 4. And that will bring up Sabo. He singled his last time up. Fans here at Oriole Park not worrying. They know that this ballpark, at least this year, sent out a lot of souvenirs. Here's the pitch to Sabo. That's going to be an in-play 53, and that's a ground ball to third. That's picked up by Palmer. He will throw to first, and that will end the inning. Three runs for Baltimore on 2 hits and an error. 3 innings in the books. It is a 4-4 tie. And I take my mid-commercial break. We'll be right back in 1 moment, everyone. Fours are wild. Doesn't happen all the time. It's the first time I've had it this way. Fourth inning, tied at 4. Rangers 4, Orioles 4. As we go to the top of the fourth. Let me see. Let me check some chat here. Let's say here. I think one was Bears. Then you were thinking about getting the 79 and 84 payoff pitch because Strat does not offer those except on PC. You're correct. And I'll tell you the 84 payoff pitch season I actually got coming in. I'll probably have that tomorrow. I already have the 79, of course. Well, I have every season. Okay, I like this system so much. I purchased every season from him. So, yes, those are 2 great seasons. You can't go wrong. I mean, 84, you're talking about the Tigers. All right, 79, you're talking about the Pirates. So, you know, Pirates, Orioles, Tigers, Padres, 84. Dwight Gooden's rookie year had a good season with the Mets. Yankees were still pretty decent. That's a good year. That is a good year. Like to remind you, tomorrow's game, for those of you I usually always give you a preview tomorrow, will be at the Astrodome tomorrow. The Philadelphia Phillies take on the Houston Astros. More important game for the Astros than it is for Philadelphia, but it was pretty much the best game I could schedule for the National League for tomorrow. So Phillies at Astros. So let me see here. Are you here, So Steeler fan, your team is up tomorrow. Phillies at Astros. And for those of you who might have been watching, I did a little History Maker golf yesterday. So check my channel. I'm going to do a little History Maker golf. Give me something else to do as well. Had a wonderful first tournament that I did, a little Q school I did yesterday. So check it out on my channel, History Maker Golf. Check it out if you guys like a little golf action. And for those of you who wonder why I decided to get into that, watching Earl at Tabletop Baseball Plus. He is a master at that game, and watching him play wanted me to. I said, you know what? I want to try it because I really don't want to do football. I don't want to do basketball or hockey. I want to stick with baseball, but I want to do something else. So I decided History Maker Golf, and I had a great time playing it yesterday. So I'll do a turn. So I'll be doing probably like 1 tournament a week. So check out the channel for some History Maker Golf. It was actually a lot of fun as I was learning it. Thanks to Brandon Baker, who was in the chat. And of course, make sure you turn into Tabletop Baseball Plus for Earl. He's his pro national golf tour is excellent. So don't forget to check him out, please. He is a master at that game. He knows what he's doing. Meanwhile, let's get back to this game, shall we? And yeah, we'll see here. 84 still means Cubs, and 79 means Cubs. It's Kingman's home runs. Do you have the 2016 season? Because the Cubs won the World Series that year. I just wonder why I have the 2016 season. You probably do, I'm sure, if you're a Cubs fan. So that would be a good season to have. The Cubs. 69 season's a good one for the Cubs as well. They just barely got beaten by the Mets that year, the Cubs. And 84, of course, was still a good Cubs year. You're right. Absolutely. Arthur Rhodes comes back on the mound for Baltimore in a 4-4 tie. Enough talk. I guess I got to get back to baseball. Here's Manuel Lee. He leads off. He flew out last time up. I guess I could say it that way. Here's the pitch, guys. That's 7. That is a tough 63, and that is a fly ball to right. Coming under that one is going to be Hammonds. He will make the catch, 1 out. The inning starts with a fly out, and we'll see David Hulse. Hulse doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Pitch from Rhodes. And that is a 6. That is a tough 54. Struck him out. 2 down. Big K by Rhodes. And already 2 outs. And now we'll see James. He struck out his last time up. And Salvador America, you're going to do a doubleheader, your 77 replay. Red Sox and Indians. Oh, geez, I'm there. What a great. Don't phone for all. There you go. Steeler fan says beers are in them tomorrow at the Astrodome tomorrow. There you go. Steeler fan, you know where the beer's coming from. And Salvador, Red Sox, Indians, I'm there. That's going to 77. That's going to be a great 2 games. Here's the pitch to James. And that is going to be a 6. That's a tough 09. And that is a strikeout. And the inning is over. A good inning for Arthur Rhodes, and he needed that. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. And for the first time in this game, Texas is held to 3 up and 3 down. Bottom of the fourth, here comes Rick Helling. Bottom of the order for the O's and Mark McLemore. He grounded out into a 4.63. The pitch from Helling, and that's going to be a 7. That's a patient 34, and that's ball 4. He will take a walk to first. Let's see, that's his second walk issued up by Helling. He averages about 3 walks per 9. McLemore is a 5B steal threat, but a 7 here will not run. And the next batter will be Jeffrey Hammonds. Hammonds tripled his last time up after Rick Helling gave up the wild pitch. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be a 7. That is a patient 93. And that's a fly ball to left. Coming under it will be Gonzalez. He will make the catch. 1 out. Mark McLemore is still not going to run. Here's Anderson. Anderson 1 for 2. A double and a ground out. Here's the pitch. That's a defense again, 20. And that is an error check to third base. It's hit to Palmer. Palmer's error rating is a 1, a 20. He will not make it. That's going to be the second error on the Rangers today. Now let's check the error. That is an error on third base on the infield, and that is a 1-base error. So McLemore holds it second, and Anderson holds it first. E5. Second error on the Rangers. That's 2 errors for him. And here's Devereaux. Devereaux 0 for 2. 1 man out. Runners at first and second. Rick Helling now knows, again, great, another error. Hopefully I can maybe get out of this mess. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6. That's an in-play 23, and he will not get out of that mess. That's going to be a base hit for Mike Devereaux. It's a line drive into center field. Runners only advance 1 base, so McLemore holds at third. Anderson at second, and Devereaux at first. And still 1 out, but the bases are loaded. And the batter is that guy. Palmeiro, very capable of smacking it. We already have, 2 home runs in this game? 2 homers. And one was a 3-run jack and one was a 2. Bases loaded. Rick Helling's got to get it up here. 1 out. Palmeiro does not do many double plays. They're going to call infield in. So I'm going to get my infield in chart ready. So infield in is called. So here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 9. Ballpark 75. It's going to be in play. It just missed the wheelhouse. And a 67 is a ground ball to short. It's a 9. But the thing about that, on a 9, the ball sneaks past the drawn in infield. The batter is safe. Runners advance 1 base, and the Orioles take the lead. Calling the infield in turns out to be a mistake. Well, Rafael Palmeiro just sent it through the infield in anyway, over the fielder's head. And the Orioles will lead it. They take a 5-4 lead. And bases are still loaded. Base hit for Palmeiro on an infield in. And the batter is Harold Baines. And Baines got on base on an error by Helling. (5-4) Baltimore. 1 out. Now with Harold Baines' double play rating of 8, they're going to call the infield back. So here's the pitch. And that is a 4. That's wheelhouse 79. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Coming under that one is going to be Hulse. That's a fly out to center field on a wheelhouse. 2 outs. Brady Anderson will score from third on a wheelhouse fly out, and the Orioles now lead it 6-4. Runners still stay at first and second, but now 2 outs. The batter now is Ripken, and Helling is now fatigued, has given up the 6th run. They really would, but this is American League baseball, so you don't have to worry about pitchers batting. So they're going to take him out. Helling is done. And too bad. So we'll go to a new pitcher for the Rangers as they go to the bullpen. Remember, roster expansion, everybody is available. So let's see what I'm going to bring in against Ripken. Almost really doesn't matter because he hits both sides of the plate well. And they're going to bring in Tom Henke. No, I'm sorry. My bad. Not Henke. He's the closer. I don't want to use him. Nope. Don't want Henke. Don't want him. Don't want him. Let's do... let's do Whiteside. Matt Whiteside will come in for the Rangers. 2 wins, 2 losses, 4.02 ERA. He will pitch the remainder of the 4th and the 5th. So he will pitch to Cal Ripken with runners at first and second and still 2 out. So Matt Whiteside, the new Texas pitcher. Here's the pitch to Cal. Iron Man. That's going to be a 9. That's a tough 71. That's a ground ball to second base. That's picked up by Strange. He will take it himself, and the inning is over. But the damage is done by the Orioles in this inning as they get to Helling and knock him out. So that is 2 runs on 2 hits, a walk, and an error. 4 innings in the books. It is 6-4 Baltimore. And we go to the top of the 5th. Arthur Rhodes comes out to pitch. And Will the Thrill will lead it off. He doubled his last time up. Pitch on the way. That's going to be a 10. Patient 79. And that's a fly ball center field. Coming under it will be Devereaux. He will get there, 1 out. Here's Wangon. He struck out his last time up, but he's 1 for 2. He did single. Pitch is a 9. Another patient, 82. And that is a ground ball to short. Iron Man's got it, uses his repulsor rays, and fires the ball to first for the 2nd out. And now we'll see Canseco. He's one for 1, single and a walk. Canseco gets in the batter's box. Now he is the pitch from Rhodes. And that is a 7. That's a tough 91. And that is another ground ball to short, picked up by Iron Man. This time he uses both his repulsor rays to fire the ball to first base. Side retired. And Rafael Palmeiro says, wait, don't throw that ball so hard with those. Don't use those repulsor rays of yours, Iron Man. Jeez. We understand that you're not gonna take any days off from baseball for the next 7, 8 more years, whatever. We know you're not gonna do it. Dang. And the inning is over. A 1-2-3 inning for Arthur Rhodes, and he needed that. And it is still 6-4 Baltimore. As I now do a fact deck change. We go to the bottom of the fifth inning. This will be Matt Whiteside's second inning. And leading off for Baltimore will be Chris Hoyles, who hit the home, he's 1-for-1 with a big home run. Tribe fan, Chris Hoyles from Bowling Green, also one of the few players that hit 2 grand slams. You're 100% right there, Tribe fan. Yes, I didn't remember that. Chris Hoyles. A lot of people thought maybe an underrated catcher. I actually thought he was pretty decent for Baltimore in the at this time. Here's the pitch from Whiteside. And that is a ballpark 73 right-hander, just misses wheelhouse. It's going to be in play. A 38, and that is a popped up in the infield. Calling for it is going to be Doug Strange. He will make it for 1 out. Threw it in play, just barely missed it. 1 out, and here's Sabo. Sabo on a ground out. He's 1 for 2. He had a single in the second. Pitch from Whiteside. That's going to be a patient 50. Ground ball hit sharply to third. That's picked up by Palmer. He will throw to first. 2 men down. And now we see McLemore. McLemore 0 for 1. Walked and grounded into a double play. No problem there, Tribe fan. We'll see you later. We got a huge game this week. Royals and the Indians. Don't miss that. I think that's in a couple of days. Royals and Indians. D. Scott's Royals against your Tribe. Big. That is a huge game in the American League Central. 2 outs. Here's the pitch to McLemore. That's going to be a 7. That's a patient 28. It's a base on balls. McLemore goes to first. Second time he's been walked. And now the batter is Hammonds. Hammonds tripled and flew out. He's 1 for 2. Pitch on the way. That's ballpark 26. Wheelhouse, definitely. It's a 50. And that's going to be a base hit for Jeffrey Hammonds. He hits a single. McLemore will hold the third easily. Hammonds stays at first. As Hammonds hits a base hit to right field. That's thrown in by James. Runners at the corners are 2 outs. Second hit of the night for Hammonds. He's 2 for 3 now. And now a chance for Anderson to get runs. Steal rating 4A. Hammonds will not run. They'll let Brady Anderson hit. Here's the pitch. That's a 6. That's also in play. 23, and that's going to be a base hit for Brady Anderson. He smacks a single. McLemore will score. Hammonds goes to third, and Anderson holds it first. And it is now 7-4 Baltimore. Pitching might have taken the night off. Here's Devereaux. Devereaux singled his last time up. His steal rating's a 5A. He's not going to run. You're up by 3 runs and 2 outs. So Devereaux now. Matt Whiteside, and I got to take Whiteside out. He is now fatigued. He's done. So Matt Whiteside comes out for Texas. Looks like they're going to go through the bullpen, but they got plenty of arms because of roster expansion. Timeout as we'll make a pitching change. And it is going to be Chris Carpenter. There were reasons why the Rangers were like 10 games under 500 when the season ended. Their bullpen is trash, really. Chris Carpenter, 2 wins, 5 losses, 5.03 ERA. He will pitch innings 5 and 6 on short relief, and he'll go to Devereaux. So Devereaux will bat here. Here's the pitch from Carpenter. Can he get out the jam? 5, tough, 61. Yes, struck him out. Side retired. Nice job by Chris Carpenter to get Devereaux out and to end the inning. But Baltimore picks up one run on 2 hits. And they now have a 7-4 lead. Timeout. We go to the top of the 6th inning. 7-4 O's. Arthur Rhodes pitching his sixth inning here. And this is actually his fatigue inning. And he has given up more than 4 runs. So Baltimore is going to go to the bullpen themselves as they are done. But their bullpen's a little better than Texas is. But Arthur Rhodes leaves with a chance to get the win. So we'll see who they bring in. Leading off for the Rangers is going to be Dean Palmer. So I'm pretty sure we'll see a right-hander come in. And they'll bring in Mark Eichhorn to pitch for the Orioles. 6 wins, 5 losses, 2.15 ERA. Eichhorn will pitch innings 6 and 7. One of their better bullpen pitchers, actually. So top of the 6th, here's Dean Palmer. See if Texas can get some of the runs back. Pitch on the way. That's an in-play 24. That's a good way to start. That's going to be a base hit to left center field. Palmer will hold it first on the single as that is thrown in by Devereaux. And the Rangers start with a man on first. That's a good way of doing it. That's Palmer's 2nd hit of the night. And now the batter is Pudge. Pudge hit a jack in the 2nd inning. That put the Rangers up 4-0, and then all Baltimore's done is score a run in every inning since the 2nd. Amazing how the fortunes of baseball can change. Dean Palmer not stealing. Here's the pitch to Pudge. That's an in play as well. That's an 0-8. Wow, and that one is hit hard down the line. That is hit actually not really down the line, but that's close into right center field. That is belted into the corner. Coming around, Dean Palmer is going to come around third. They're going to send him home. And Ivan Rodriguez is going to have a triple. And the Rangers get a run in. Pudge hits a triple. The only way he can do it, an in-play triple off a right-handing pitcher. And he does. An 0-8 is the only triple he gets. And the Rangers score. And Ivan Rodriguez only had one triple in 1994. Well, I guess he's got two now. So we know he was capable of getting it. So he has a triple. The Camden Yards fans a little disappointed. Now 7-5. As one of their better pitchers, Mark Eichhorn, comes in and gives up a quick run. The batter now will be Doug Strange. Strange is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Eichhorn. That's a 7. That is a tough. And that is going to be a ground ball to shortstop. I did not call infield in. I did not call the infield in, so the throw will go to first. Doug Strange is out. Pudge will score. It's now 7-6. I did not call infield in. So because of that, it's automatically a safe. It's automatically infield back if I don't call it. It is now 7-6 as Mark Eichhorn comes in here and gives up 2 quick runs. But there is now 1 out. And the next batter is Manuel Lee. And Mark Eichhorn's coming out. As he doesn't even go. As he doesn't even get, he pitches 1/3 of an inning, and that's it. So Eichhorn is out of there. So he is removed. And they're going to bring in Alan Mills. 3 wins, 3 losses, 5.16 ERA. Alan Mills will try to pitch innings 6 and 7 as Eichhorn is ineffective. So here's Manuel Lee. He's 0 for 2. Bases clear. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a ballpark 37. That is a wheelhouse 54. It's a ground ball to third. That's picked up by Sabo. He will throw to first and get out number 2. Top of the batting order for the Rangers, David Hulse. Hulse has a double, struck out, and grounded out. 7-6. Here's the pitch to Hulse. And that is a 10. That is a patient, and that is a 11. That's an 11, and that is a walk. Hulse will go to first on a base on balls. And now we'll see Chris James. James struck out twice and flew out. He's 0 for 3. Hulse is not stealing. Not with a 5B. He won't do it. And now the pitch to Chris James. That's a 4. Tough. 22 and swinging a miss. And he struck him out. 3rd straight strikeout for James, and the inning comes to an end. But we have ourselves a ball game. 2 runs on 2 hits for Texas. The Orioles lead it 7-6. Here comes Chris Carpenter to pitch his 2nd inning. And Rafael Palmeiro is the batter for the Orioles. Rafi is 2 for 3, 2 singles. Pitch to Palmeiro. That's a 7 in play, 43, and that is a ground ball right back to Carpenter. He picks it up, and he throws to first, and that's 1 down. And now we'll see Baines. Baines 0 for 2 with an error. He reached on an error. And actually scored on a wild pitch. One out. Pitch to Harold. And that's fouled away. Strike 1. As the dice wanted to get into the action there. Do it again. That's a wheelhouse. 91, not close enough. Ground ball to second base. Coming on for that one is going to be Strange. He'll throw to first for out number 2. And now Cal Ripken. Ripken doubled and grounded out twice. Pitch on the way. That's a 5. That's a tough 24. And Cal Ripken's going to fight this off. That's going to be a base hit. He smacks that into left center field. That's going to go to the wall. Ripken rounding first, going for 2. He will make it a 2-out double for Ripken. Second double of the game. Fans here at Oriole Park loving it, but they want to see a run. And here's Hoyles. Hoyles is 1 for 2, a home run, and popped out. Ripken on at second. Chris Carpenter trying to have a good inning to end his tenure. He'll be taking it. He will not pitch the 7th. 2 men out. Here's the pitch. That's a 5. Tough. Sit 12. He will do it as Chris Hoyles gets caught looking at strike 3. Doesn't swing the bat. Beautiful slider. Caught the outside of the plate. Side retire. A backwards K. So no runs on a hit for the Orioles. And we still got a 1-run game. Seven to 6. Top of the 7th. I'm going to take Chris Carpenter out because he's definitely not going to pitch the 7th inning as he has reached his fatigue. Meanwhile, leading off for the Rangers will be Will the Thrill. He doubled, grounded out, and flew out. He's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch from Mills. That's going to be a patient 89, and it's a ground ball to second base. That's picked up by McLemore. He will throw to first, and 1 down. And we'll now see Gonzalez. 1 gone, singled, struck out, and grounded out. He's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. That's a 10. That's a patient 25, and that's going to be a single for Gonzalez. A base hit into center field. He will hold it first. His second hit of the night. And now we'll see Canseco. He's 1 for 2, single and a ground out and a walk. Gonzalez not stealing. And here's the pitch to Canseco. And that is a defense, 47. An error check to second base. The ball is hit to McLemore. His error rating is a 3, 47. He will make the play. He'll make the play. It's a line out. Line drive to second. 2 outs. That's an L4. And Gonzalez gets back quickly to first base, barely. Lines out to second. And now we'll see Palmer with 2 outs. I was almost thinking of going for a hit and run on that play. That would have been a DP. Palmer is 2 for 3, 2 singles and a strikeout. Here's the pitch. That's an 8, tough, 21, and he is caught looking, strike 3, side retire. Palmer gets a backwards K on that one. As the ball looked, he thought it was outside. The umpire rings him up and says, "No, that was right where it needs to be. You are not where you need to be. You need to be you need to be going out in the field. You're out. Go grab glove." And the inning is over. So no runs, 1 hit. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. I'll let you lead it there, Tribe fan. 7th inning stretch. Orioles lead the Rangers 7-6. We'll be right back with a 10-minute ticker. Welcome back to Payoff Pitch Baseball. Orioles lead the Rangers 7-6 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. But before we do that, it is time for the 10-minute ticker, where we see how the rest of the league goes. Some very important games going on. So let's get to it. Cleveland's playing Kansas City in a big series in this week here on the today. So Cleveland plays Kansas City, and I have this 2 teams on Wednesday for that could be a rubber game. We'll see. Cleveland, Kansas City. Cleveland needs a 4-7 to 12. They get a 4. They will win that game 8-7. So a win for Cleveland. Texas and Baltimore were playing. Montreal and the Chicago Cubs. Expos 3-8. They will get it. They win that game 2-1. The New York Mets taking on the Reds. My Mets trying to get some wins, but Cincinnati's a good team. Mets 2-6, 12. They will get the win. They beat the Reds 8-6. Philadelphia takes on Houston. This is for Steeler fan. The Reds lost, so Houston can get a game on them. Philadelphia is the visitor, 2-6 to 10. And that is a win for the Astros, a 12, 8-5. As Houston continues to play great baseball. Pittsburgh takes on Colorado. Colorado still chasing the Giants and the Dodgers, National League West. Pittsburgh 3-7. They will get it. They beat the Rockies 1-0. Tough loss for the Rockies. San Diego takes on St. Louis. This is pretty much a meaningless game. St. Louis wins it, though, 8-0. They beat the Padres. Minnesota taking on Oakland. This game is not meaningless. Oakland is leading the Rangers by a game. Oakland wins, they'll stay ahead of them no matter what happens here. 3-7, but nope. The Minnesota Twins get a big win on Oakland. They win that game 8-0. And then we have Los Angeles and Atlanta. A big game going on here. Dodgers still holding off San Francisco. Atlanta chasing the Expos. They're only a few games back in that division. That's going to be a win for the Braves. They win it 8-6. Finally, San Francisco takes on Florida. With the Dodgers losing, the Giants can still maybe get a game on them. 7. They will not. The Marlins continue to play scrappy, and they shut the Giants out 4-0. And that is it for the 10-minute ticker. If your team won, congratulations. If your team didn't, there's always tomorrow. So now with Minnesota beating Oakland, the Rangers now can tie that division up. They're one game behind them. So now this becomes a really important game for the Rangers. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. I guess the Rangers need a pitcher, don't they? So let's go get one. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. For all of you coming through the turnstiles, please leave a like. And please make sure you go visit all these wonderful channels. Steeler Fan, Tribe Fan, Salvador America, Bears Den, Lucas McCain, Dave Little, and of course the people that are not here today. Tabletop Baseball Plus, ID Jester, Sports Time Machine, Al Red Sox Fan. Make sure I give my kudos to the guys that started it all. At least in my eyes. Leading off for Baltimore will be Chris Sabo, so I guess we'll bring in a right-hander here. And it is going to be, let's see here. 7th inning. Who do you want to bring in? Texas bullpen is meh. I'm going to bring in John Detmer, even though he's 0 win, no wins, 6 losses, 4.33. He did start 9 games, but he came in relief 2, so I can use him. And he's long relief. So John Detmer can pitch innings 7, 8, and 9. So please make sure you visit all those other wonderful channels, please. They're the ones that started it. At least for me, they did. Bottom of the 7th, Orioles 7, Rangers 6. John Detmer will pitch to Chris Sabo. Sabo was 1 for 3, singled and a couple of ground outs. Here's the pitch. That's a patient, and that is a 36, and that's going to be a leadoff base hit for Chris Sabo. He gets a single. That's his 2nd hit of the night. He'll hold it first. Steal rating 3D, will not run. And we'll see Mark McLemore. He has walked his last 2 times, grounded out in the 2nd. He's 0 for 1. Yeah, 0 for 1. Here's the pitch to McLemore. And that is a 7. That's an in-play 10. That is a definite base hit from Mark McLemore. That is a single. It's a sharp liner that drops in front of the left fielder. Sabo will move over to second, and he will hold there. So John Detmer comes up and gives up 2 quick base hits. The bullpens have not been fair for the Rangers tonight. The batter now is Hammonds. Detmer has no wild pitch rating. Fans here at Oriole Park want to see some more excitement. They're up 7-6, close game. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 7. That's an in-play 84. Ground ball to short. Could this be 2? Hammonds' double play rating is a 5. No, it's not. It's a ground ball to short. Sabo with a run rating of 8. He will make it to third. The throw goes to second. It's going to be a fielder's choice. So McLemore is out. Hammonds is on at first. But there is one away. Runners at first and third. Top of the order for the O's for Brady Anderson. Texas calling infield in. They're down 7-6. They can't really allow any more runs. That's right. We got a good one here, Dave. 1 out. Infield in. Here's the pitch. That's a 9, but let's see here. It's a defense. Oh, boy, won't matter. Defense, it's an 11. It's a range check to John Detmer. His fielding is a 3. No, wait, it's a range check. Range check. Sorry, his range is a C. And it's an 11. He will not get there. It's going to be a base hit off of right through Detmer. Couldn't make the play. That is going to be a 2-base single. Sabo will score. Hammonds goes to third. Anderson to first. And the Orioles now lead it 8-6. And that is the 3rd hit for Brady Anderson tonight. Detmer is long relief. He can give up a couple of runs, really, about 3 runs before he can actually be fatigued early on. And still 1 out. The batter now for the Orioles is Devereaux. Double play rating of 6 on him. They're going to stay infield in. 1 out. Pitch to Devereaux. Infield in. That's a 9 again. Another defense. 75. That's a range check to left field. That is hit to Gonzalez. His range is a B. He'll make that one. As Gonzalez makes the play for the 2nd out. Let's see what kind of a fly ball that is. And that is a short fly ball. So Hammonds has a run rating of 8. If the game is tied or within 1 run, runner on third base may attempt to score with an additional -2. It is not. Hammonds will hold. 2 outs. He will not run. Wasn't deep enough to score Hammonds. And the batter now is Palmeiro, which is really not the bad idea because you got a very killer hitter up there. But 2 outs now. Can John Detmer get out of this inning with minimal damage? Palmeiro is 2 for 4. And here's the pitch. That's a ballpark 95. That's going to be in play. A 45. And it is going to be a popped up in the infield. Doug Strange is going to get there at second. He will make the catch and will end the inning. The Baltimore Orioles get 1 run on 3 hits. No errors. But it is now 8-6 Baltimore and a high-scoring, close game. We go to the top of the 8th. That's going to be all for Alan Mills. He's done. Baltimore will go to the bullpen. And I think they're going to bring in a setup guy. They're not going to bring in the closer yet, although in 1994, closers usually did pitch 6 outs. But I'm not going to do that here. Leading off for the Rangers is Pudge. And they're going to bring in Mark Williamson. 3 wins, 1 loss, 4.01 ERA. Top of the 8th. So Mark Williamson will pitch to Pudge. He'll probably only be in for 1 inning, though. Lee Smith is warming up in the bullpen for the Orioles. So here's Pudge, 8-6. That's a big insurance run. Now Texas, see if they can get it back. Here's the pitch to Pudge. Pudge has a decent night, 2 doubles. That's a 4. That's an in play, and he's going to get another base hit. That is a single. He hits that one into left center field, and Pudge will hold it first. Leadoff base hit for Pudge. I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong guy. Pudge hit a home run and a triple. So now he is 3 for 4 and a double short of the cycle. My bad. Rodriguez's steal rating is a 4B. He has the attempt. And Hoyles' arm is a 2. So it'd be a B2. It would be a normal chance for Pudge to get to second. The batter is Doug Strange, who is 0 for 3. And he's what? Second base. And they're going to call him back. And they're going to bring in a pinch hitter for Strange. So Texas is going to go to the bench. 0 for 3. I don't think I can use him. He's at second base. So I got to bring in someone who can play second, and they will. And coming on to pinch hit for Strange will be Esteban Beltre, as Strange is done for the night. And he will take over at second. One thing about playing this game, I got to play a chess game against myself. So here's Beltre. And he is a B2 at second base. He bats .261 with no homers against the righties. Pudge is on at first. Nobody out. And here's the pitch to Beltre. It's a 7. It's a tough 30, and he struck him out. 1 down. Big out as Beltre goes back to the bench, but he will take over at second. 1 man out. Big K by Williamson. The next batter is Manuel Lee. I will have him bat. He bats .273 against righties, even though he's 0 for 3. But I will have Manuel Lee bat. He's also a switch hitter. I'm not going to do a hit and run here. Manuel Lee will go ahead and swing away. 1 out. Here's the pitch to Lee. That's a 5. That's going to be in play. Good thing. And that's going to be a single for Manuel Lee. It's a base hit. It's a sharp liner that drops in front of left field. Rodriguez will hold at second. So I had a feeling Lee was going to come through. That's why I didn't replace him, and it looks like I did the right call. Base hit top of the batting order now for David Hulse. He doubled, walked, struck out, and grounded out. He bats .268 against the righties. I'll let him hit. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Rangers trying to get back into this, although they're only down 8-6, top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. That's a 9. That's an in play, but an 85 is going to be a ground ball to second. Hulse's double play rating is a 4. He will make it. Lee is going to be thrown out at second. Pudge will go to third. 2 outs on the fielder's choice. And now the batter is Chris James, who is playing right field tonight. And I will do a pinch hitter for him. He only bats 171 against the righties. So we go back to the dugout. And Sports Time Machine joins me. Very well there, sir. Got another good game going on here, Utah Mike. Don't mean to hold you up. I know you're supposed to play tonight. So James is in... He's playing right field, so let's see if I can bring somebody to replace him in right. And we will, and it's going to be Rusty Greer. He will take over in right field and bat here. Like I said, got to play chess. I have to play chess against myself. So James is out, and in comes Greer. And Greer, his right field C28. So pretty much the same ratings, except for the arm. So he'll take over. 2 outs. Pudge on third, Hulse on first. Mark Williamson trying to get out of the inning. Here's the pitch to Greer. And that is a 7. It's a tough 18. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. What a huge strikeout by Mark Williamson. Comes in, gets another strikeout, and he gets out of the inning. No runs, 2 hits for the Rangers, but they leave 2 big base runners stranded. We go to the bottom of the 8th, still 8-6 O's. John Detmer will come on and pitch for Texas. The leadoff batter for the O's is Baines. Yep, Baines belongs in the Hall of Fame, people. Absolutely. He's 0 for 3, and he reached on base with an error. Yeah, Harold Baines. Yeah, you belong in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, sure. Yeah, right. Keith Hernandez, nah, doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame. I call bullshit. Oh. Harold Baines, the batter. Here's the pitch. And that is a ballpark for John Detmer. That's going to be a wheelhouse, no doubt about it. And it's a 10, crack. And Harold Baines makes me eat my words. That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep. That ball is hit gone. Right over the right center field fence. Harold Baines, home run. Okay, I'm sorry. Harold Baines obviously listened to me on that one. A ballpark wheelhouse and a 10 is a no doubt about it as Baines goes ahead and sends it over right center field. And now makes it a 9-6 game for the O's. So I'm sorry, but you still don't belong in the Hall of Fame anyway. Oh. Hall of the Very Good, definitely. I'll put you in the Hall of the Very Good, but just not the Hall of Fame. But he made me eat my words on that one. Here's Cal Ripken. And that's going to be it for Detmer. That's his second. I believe that's a second. Is that the second run he's given up? Yeah. And Texas is going to go to a new pitcher. So we go back to the bullpen. We'll bring in a righty. And they're going to bring in Jay Howell. That was a perfect example of somebody getting back at me for that. Here's Jay Howell, 4 wins, 1 loss, 5.44 ERA. He will probably pitch he probably will pitch the rest of the game. I don't know if Texas is gonna if Texas is gonna get into this, but Howell will come in. He can pitch 8 and 9. Bill Vexey was scouting him when he was 13. I know, Bears Den. Harold Baines, heck of a player. I put him in the Hall of the Very Good. I have no problem putting him in that hall. He has a very longevity. That's probably the reason why he was put in, because he played in the league a very long time. But when you compare him to like Keith Hernandez, who is not in the Hall of Fame, I have a real problem with that. I understand nobody likes Keith, but forget it. Keith did nothing wrong. He just pissed off a lot of people, but does he belong in the Hall? Absolutely. One of the best first basemen ever. And not just because he was a Met. He's got 2 World Series titles. He's got Gold Gloves. I just can't see Harold Baines over him. I have no problem with like Jack Morris from Detroit. I have a little issue with Alan Trammell. I think if you're going to put in Alan Trammell, how come you don't put in Lou Whitaker from the Tigers? I don't get it. Still nobody out here is Ripken. Ripken's having a good night. He's 2 for 4, 2 doubles. Here's the pitch. That's another ballpark, but that's going to be an in play, though, 82. A 37, that's not going to get it done. That's going to be a pop out to first. And Clark's going to get there, and that's 1 out. Here's Chris Hoyles. Hoyles has a home run tonight. 1 out. Howell pitching to Hoyles. That's a 7. Tough 98 fly ball to left. Gonzalez will get to that one. He makes the catch for the 2nd out. Two down. And now Chris Sabo. Sabo has 2 for 4, 2 singles tonight. Here's the pitch. And that is an 11. That's a defense, getting a lot of defense checks, but a 92 is not going to matter. An error check to center field. Hulse's error rating's a 2. He'll have no problem with that one. He will make the catch, and the inning was over. Yep, exactly. Only reason why Baines got in, LaRusso is on the panel. Yep, we know. As I said, Hall of the Very Good, yes. Hall of Fame, no. Side retired, though. Sabo flies out to center. But a home run for the Orioles, another run on 1 hit. And the Orioles lead this one 9-6. We go to the top of the 9th. Mark Williamson scheduled to pitch. It's not a save situation yet. Baltimore does have Lee Smith warming up. They're going to see if Williamson can get it done and not bring in Brandon Baker. There you go. How you doing there, Brandon? Good to see you. Came in here top of the 9th inning, 9-6 Orioles. They're going to leave Williamson out there to see if he can get the game, but Lee Smith is available in case the base runner gets on, but he'll be going up against the heart of the order. Here's Will the Thrill Clark. Clark, however, has a double, but he's 1 for 4. So Williamson's going to try to get it done, but Lee Smith is ready. I agree with Munson. I agree with Mattingly. What's keeping Mattingly out, he doesn't have a championship. That's what's keeping me out. Keeping him out. Dwight Evans, that's borderline. That's borderline. I like him, maybe. Dwight Evans, maybe. Munson, no problem. Mattingly should be in there. But because he didn't have a title, that's what's keeping him out. So here's the pitch to Clark. And that is an 11. That's a wheelhouse 61. But he doesn't get all of it. It's a fly ball to left. Coming under it will be Anderson. Makes the catch, 1 out. Oh, Williamson knows he got away with that one. And Clark is mad. That was a meatball, and he just got under it. That'll bring up Wangon. Wangon is 2 for 4. 2 singles. 1 out. Here's the pitch from Williamson. That's a 5. That's it in play. 61. That'll be fine. That's a fly ball to right. Coming under it will be Jeffrey Hammonds. He makes the catch. 2 outs. Last chance for Texas is Canseco. He's singled and walked. He's 1 for 3. Mark Williamson trying to get a save. He did have 1 in 94. 2 outs. Can the Orioles end it here? Here's the pitch. It's a tough 36. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that is the ball game. Nothing across there. That is done. And I'll give you a line score in 1 moment. Final line score for the Baltimore Orioles, 9 runs, 15 hits, no errors. For the Texas Rangers, 6 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. Baltimore goes to 3-1 in payoff pitch play. Texas drops to 0-2 in play. That's payoff pitch. Texas drops. The winning pitcher is Rhodes. He gets the win. Helling does take the loss. No save. The interesting thing about this, Baltimore had a hit in every single inning. There was not one inning where they went 3 up and 3 down. Baltimore had a hit in every inning. So Texas fails to tie the Oakland Athletics in the American League West. They'll stay a game back. Well, that does it here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. I do want to thank everybody for joining me. Brandon Baker, Dave Little, Sports Time Machine, Bears Den, Tribe fans, Steeler fans, Salvador America, everybody. Lucas McCain. For everyone who stayed with me today, please leave a like on your way through the turnstile. Tomorrow, we have a big game in the Astrodome. The Philadelphia Phillies take on the Houston Astros. The Astros still trying to stay ahead of Cincinnati and trying to catch Montreal for home field throughout in the National League playoffs. Still lots of baseball to come. And, of course, there'll be a little bit of History Maker golf coming up this week. Haven't decided the course of the tournament yet, but I'm going to try to do another round for anyone who knows I'm now doing History Maker golf. And, of course, I want to especially thank Brandon Baker for helping me for last night. He was a huge help in helping me play the game correctly. So I do thank him very much. And I thank everybody. And, of course, as I always, check out everybody else's channels, please. Al Red Sox Fan, Tabletop Baseball Plus, both Earls, of course, baseball demos, okay, ID Jester and his Wargaming, okay, and of course, please, and of course, Lee Anthony and his Glory Days Boxing, and of course, he's doing a 1921 Yankees payoff pitch replay, which I've coincided with him for my Cardinals. So, anyway, thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you at the Astrodome tomorrow. Stay safe, stay smart, stay strong. Good night, everybody. Take care.